Hello everyone, it is I, Multi126789, other known as Multi-Man. You probably thought I disappeared from doing this series, but I have returned to once again, make another podcast for the Unspoken Hyimm podcast. Um, I actually have no idea what I'm doing. I have zero idea what I'm doing right now and talking to you guys. Genuinely speaking, it's been a couple of months. Like, again, I was planning on doing this series every single end of every single month to give you an update of what's happening and what's good with me. The past couple of months have been pretty trying and pretty trash. Not because of anything that has to do with YouTube. It's mostly just life sometimes just keeps throwing you into a spiral, and sometimes you just gotta fight your way out to eventually get to where you want to go. So, needless to say, I am thankful for you guys for being patient, and as always, I very much appreciate you and love you, lovely child of the internet. But let's go ahead and get started. So, I guess if we're gonna start all the way back from where we didn't do the last one, I guess we're gonna do a speed run. We're gonna do a speed run of everything that happened. So, June, pretty bad. June. Moving was a headache. We didn't really get moved into the new place until near the end of it because, yeah, a lot of things had to get moved, rearranged, sold. So basically, most of June was me just being like, I'm just gonna try my best to do anything at all. And it turned out a lot of things, both in my private life and on just with the move in general, was kind of just like, okay, well, I don't think I have the energy to make any content when I'm feeling quite this mixed. I guess is the best word to say. I was quite mixed, quite perplexed, and just at the end of the day, I was just like, no, making content right now would not be good because all of it would turn out subpar or bad or not something I would enjoy rewatching later down the years and looking back on that content being like, yeah, he was really bitter during X, Y, or Z thing he did. Wonder why that is. Oh well. But yeah, so we try to avoid that. Then another month goes by, and now we're in July. Now, July, I did come back a little bit. We played and finished all, or at least what I consider all, of Hollow Knight. We finished that, so I was happy with that. And then I kind of disappeared again. And listen, I apologize for that disappearing again because there was no excuse for that month, really, other than the fact that I was just like, I haven't been doing YouTube for like a month, almost 2 months at that point, and I was like, I can go out and live life and do other stuff outside of YouTube because, I wasn't super in any hurry or need. And at that point, I was already kind of like, we're already at sunk cost fallacy, so what is an extra couple of days or month, whatever. Needless to say, that brings us to August, and a lot of you are probably wondering, like, wow, so since you basically took a break in July, you were going to come back for August, right? The plan was for that, and, you know, I'll just say this, first of all. I know it's going to be late, but if anybody wants to, yes, I turned and reincarnated into number 27. Yes, I'm 27 years old. That happened on the 5th. I was originally going to stream and do some other things on that day, but I said no. I'm going to just enjoy time with family and friends and actually do something for my birthday instead of just streaming and pretending like I didn't want to do anything, So that happened. Then I went away because I was on vacation. And then I said, as soon as I get back, we're going to start streaming again. Then life happens and you own a vehicle. And when you own a car, you basically know what I'm about to say. A bunch of dollars worth of debt just happened, and I needed my car to be able to work, to live, to pay off the debt. So, yeah, and that brings us now to where we are at August 30th, 8:30 p.m. on this 2024, I'm like, brother. And believe me, I've been working basically since I got back from vacation, and only now am I starting to get back into the regular swing of things again. And you probably even noticed that I had to go back and like change all my settings for all of my OBS and stuff. I cleaned all that up while I was gone. I tried to work on some videos, which thank the heavens that I at least was able to make the, Hollow Knight you know, highlights, because I thought I wouldn't even be able to do that, to be honest, but I was at least glad that I put out a video, a singular video this month. Um, Not counting this, I guess, but I'm just saying that I'm not gonna lie, I really was missing doing YouTube content, but also not at the same time. It's a weird thing to like calculate or like to show like a progression bar. Like if I had to show a progression bar, I was like doing YouTube content was really 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 fun, and then I had to do real life things. So then it stopped being fun because I couldn't do what I wanted, and then it stopped being fun, and then there was a very long period of not like I don't really want to do it, and then it went back, and I'm like, oh, I got motivation, so I'm gonna do something, and then something would happen, and then it goes down all the way again. Then I get motivated, and then it goes down all the way. It's kind of dumb, kind of repetitive, kind of silly. But now that I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, I'm basically going to tell you guys I plan on trying to stream and do content as much as possible. Does that mean every single day I'm going to stream? Probably not, depending on my energy levels and work. But, I'm going to try to make a conscious effort now to be back, not to do a stream and one video, two videos, and then disappear again. Please. I really wanted you guys to know that I really wasn't trying to skip out. Like, I kind of feel bad for my audience and for everybody who's been waiting patiently, because like I said, I really appreciate y'all, but y'all should yell at me some more. Also, that being said, for the past several months, my YouTube has not been sharing any of the notifications for my comments, which I'm hoping I can fix here soon, because the fact that none of them are showing up at all is kind of been the thing that's been kind of annoying me lately, because I've been looking back through some of my content and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But it would be really great. It would be really great, that I would be able to see my comments so I can reply to them, because I feel like I've been ignoring everybody, which wasn't the case. It's just that I'm just like, bro, they really just turned off all my stuff, huh? That's crazy. But anyways, I just did that while we were talking, so hopefully that should fix now, hopefully. If not, well, I guess, but that should work now, and hopefully that won't happen again, because I don't even know when it got turned off to begin with, but it did, so that's cool. So yeah, now what's the next thing we're going to talk about? So now that we sped run all of that, let me talk about the big elephant in the room with me right now. You can hear him trumpeting in the corner. You can definitely hear him. He's not being quiet about it. But anyways, the elephant in the room. The games of this year is going to be very awkward this year. Oh, I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to keep it 125% with you. Extra damage, by the way. I didn't play all the new games that came out this year because games are expensive, bro. So I'm going to be keeping it 100% honest with you guys. The game of this year is going to obviously be a game that came out this year. That's a no-brainer. But I'm just letting you guys know in advance. There's going to be just a lot of games that I just played. Like, bar none. So it's not going to be like, oh, here's all kinds of games that came out this year. It's like, no, here's a game that came out in 2010. Here's a game that came out in 2016. Here's a game that came out in 2018. All games I didn't get to play because I didn't have a PC at the time. But hey, I can play them now. I can talk about them now because I actually get to play them. Obviously, we've played quite a few number of games on my own. And also, I've been trying to lean away from doing that a little bit because, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm only annoyed that most of the time that I really spent away with me playing video games by myself and not making content out of it. But to be fair, I've just was like, it's not the way that I would like my content to be right now because I don't have the space or the time. I wouldn't say the resources because I have all the resources right here. It's just that I didn't have the space or the time because I've been juggling so many IRL things with other things that keep cropping up with my personal life, my personal relationships with other people, and all this other stuff. Which means it becomes quite complex when you realize, oh, I'm kind of gonna have to let something slide. And we know what happened. YouTube slid. So, now, that being said, all the games that are going to be put on here are... I'm hoping we're going to just keep it to 5 to 7 minutes at max. Because, again, we got a lot of stuff to talk about this year because unfortunately, I now play games on the PC, and you know what that meant? That meant I basically tripled my backlog for no reason. I am so sorry. Maybe I would have been able to afford some new games to play if I didn't just buy a whole bunch of ones that were older but really cheap. But like, guys, you don't understand. The Canadian dollar is so doo-doo garbage butter that I personally think that it's really sad that when I go on Steam and I see a game that's really good and that I'm like, wow, I'm playing this for less than $20. Why? Why? Is this how Steam's always been? They've been like, oh yeah, reasonable prices for Canadians, by the way. I'm like, bro, like I miss the days. I miss the days when games only costed like $50 and $60, man. Can we go back, please? I don't want to pay $80 and then Canadian taxes almost is 90 to 100, man. Anyways, that complaining out of the way, because of course I'm venting on mid. He's the sus one. Get him. That being said, drink break. Um, we got plenty of games. I just need to get footage for all of the games, but I got plenty of games for the games of this year, and that I'm probably gonna start working on soon because we're going into September here in like a day. So that's going to be my plan, is starting to work on all that stuff for September, because there's not a single game in September that I want to play. So the best time to catch up on all of my YouTube and other content stuff and streaming, perfect time. I love September because there's nothing, because everything got either put before or it's going to get put after. So September is a great time for content creators and everybody who's going back to school and don't want to think about all the work and school that they're going to have to do. So hopefully I can be there for you guys to give you guys some entertainment. And yeah, 2 big thumbs up. With that being said, whatever. As I was saying, the only video games that I have on the docket and on the thing on my radar for the rest of the year is Mario Party Jamboree, because that's going to be a fun new multiplayer game for us, for all of us to play as a community and everybody in general to play. So I'm excited for that. But the other thing I think that is going to be a game that at least I choose. Well, there's actually a few. I'm gonna try to buy both Sparking Zero, or at least play it with somebody where I can borrow their footage. So that will be fine. Also, Nin Impact, which is the Hunter x Hunter fighting game. I'm interested in that. So, but there was another game, but I don't quite remember it, and I don't know if I can search for it right now. But I guess I could try. All right, time lapse me. Cut out anything that is irrelevant. So guys, I can finally buy Pizza Tower. I know, listen, before you get mad at me, I know I could have bought Pizza Tower on the PC, but I'll be honest with you, I just want it on the Switch because the Switch controller is my bread and butter. But yeah, I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do another game, but I forget what the name of it is, and I can't seem to find it right now. Sonic X Shadow Generations. That's also on the docket. And then there's another one, but we'll keep that one for later. We might have also one more, but again, money's tight, bro. I'm sorry. If everything didn't cost so dang much, then maybe I would be able to play them all like I did last year. But last year, I kind of spread myself pretty thin as it was. So, you know, at the end of the day, we still got plenty of content that's going to be coming out. And also because of the Nintendo Direct that came out in August, which came out a couple of weeks ago by the time this recording happens, yada yada, so forth. What was I gonna say? The new Rune Factory that's coming out next year. Oh, you better believe that I'm gonna be there day one, baby. I don't care what sort of person I gotta kill to get that game. I'm getting that game. You already know that I'm the Rune Factory / farming game sim / simulator type person. So you already know that content's coming out. So just look out for that. And we have some other stuff that I'm excited for next year too. But again, it's not on the top of my head. So just know. And also, soon I'm going to be making content or streams on Peglin, because Peglin is also a game that I've already been playing on Steam because I bought it on a Steam sale, and then they said, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we put it on the Switch? And then I'm like, sorry guys, I'm not buying it twice. Sorry, I'm not buying it twice, but you know, you tried. Alright, and I'm trying to think what else we can talk about, because like I said, we're speed running through everything. So basically, we talked about me being gone, what happened, um, video content, and the end of the year video. So I guess the next thing we talk about is streaming and me and my streaming schedule and what we're planning on streaming for basically the rest of the year. So like, let me be honest with you real quick. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm probably going to stream. Uh, Probably in the next couple of months. Uh, we already Sonic Adventure DX. I'm hoping to get that done by the halfway point or sooner of September. Yeah, and then Sonic Adventure 2 Battle should only take like 3 streams. I'm gonna stream each of the stories until they're finished, or do something creative and do what I would theoretically want for a video series for that. Momodora Moonlight Farewell. I already talked about Momodora Revelry in the Moonlight. That's a really good game, so I'm going to stream that game. I bought Subnautica on PC. I wanted to play that game, so we're going to actually play and go through that at some point. I'm playing a game by myself right now that's called Dream Tactics. That's also being added to the list for the end of the year. And basically, any other game that I decide to play this year is going to probably be put on the docket unless I've already played it before. But needless to say, we have quite a few things that we're going to be streaming over the next couple of weeks. Some stuff is also going to be miscellaneous, me just playing whatever I want, because again, the goal for the rest of the year is to pick up all the slack from all the time I've missed. So I'm going to hopefully be able to stream at least anywhere between 1 to 3 hours every other day or anytime I have energy, and not try to just skip out on streaming, because I'm trying to permanently be back in your guys' field of vision, okay? My YouTube algorithm hates me. You guys are probably gonna get there soon if I don't keep making content, because I haven't made content in whoever knows how long. And lastly, it's like, I do miss making content, genuinely. I genuinely do miss it. I genuinely was thinking over the past couple of months, man, I really wish I could just sit down and make something. Because, I think the advice I gave to most of you, which I'm trying to mostly give to myself too, hey, as long as you put something out, it's better than nothing. But you've literally done nothing over the past couple of weeks, other than beat one game that you started back in February, which should have been done like several months ago. And maybe beat one game that you played by yourself for like a month, but that shouldn't have even taken you that long, but you also kind of stalled on that. So, needless to say, we're trying to get back, ladies and gentlemen. We're literally trying to be making a comeback and everything. I'm also going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to be focusing on making videos that I just want to make at the end of the day. Like, I want to make playthrough content, but I think it's more appropriate for streaming. Making playthrough content is stream content because it's easier for us to all digest together, us play through, all of us react at the same time. Because that sort of stuff to me seems like the perfect way of me being able to have that good balance of being able to make clips and you guys still seeing games that you want beginning to end, and you can just look at a playlist if you miss anything. And for me, that's perfect, because editing videos takes a long time, especially if you're going to do playthrough content. Needless to say, because if you make more parts and the longer a series is, especially if you're trying to find a sweet spot for how long somebody's going to watch, let's be honest, a live stream is probably better, and then you guys will probably just watch the highlights. So now I'm just making that the compromise, I'll make highlights of things that we stream and do playthroughs of, and then you guys get lovely content that you want, and we're all happy. Yay! Woo! But yeah, no, I think that's it, I'm trying to think if there's anything absolutely else I wanted to talk to you guys about. I kind of want to talk about my personal life a little bit, but I know it affects more than just me if I do that. But I guess I will at least speak to myself and how I feel now that I'm 27, I guess. Because again, a lot of you guys don't know that I'm like 27, and I'm like, I'm really old. Just my voice sounds like this because of my first profession I was trying to get into, which was early childhood education. And again, people were like, oh, well, you gotta speak in a higher tone voice because you're gonna scare the kids. And I'm like, okay. And then I adopted this persona, and now it's just a part of me. But it also makes it easier to just hang out and talk with other people when you're using a high octave voice anyways, because nobody gets worried or scared or panicked. which is the main point. But no, genuinely speaking, I think I'm doing pretty well. I spent most of my 26th year of being alive on this planet just kind of focusing on trying to figure out myself along with other people. But now I'm kind of to the point where I'm okay with either needing to know what other people are like and wanting to know every inch and every little fiber of them, but also letting that go and knowing that if somebody in some certain circumstances that would lead us to not be in the same predicament and also would cause more problems than good things, I know how to step back now. So, genuinely speaking, I still have a lot of love and desire for all the people that are still in my circle. I still do, but even right now, I have a group of people who probably are wondering where I'm at, but I'm not probably going to show up because for me, I'm showing up for myself today, which is making content and finishing it so it can be uploaded tomorrow. So that's the plan because I waited way too long to make this video, but I think it's the most authentic version of myself that I can give you guys, and thanking you for at least being patient with me. I know that we just sped run 3 months. Like, I can't get those 3 months back, but life happens, and I'm just glad that I'm still alive and I'm still kicking, that you guys are seeming to do great. You guys are probably killing it as well. And again, if you aren't, just reminding you, it's okay to stumble and fall sometimes, but as long as you get back up, it's awesome. You're going to be awesome. You're going to do great. I have faith and belief in a lot of you because a lot of you are very talented individuals, including myself. It's just that sometimes we let the past and other negative ideas that get planted into our heads, either through people we don't even know or sometimes even our loved ones by mistake, happen. And when that happens, it's just good to take a few minutes, maybe a few days, just to kind of sit back and realize that even though they said something that might have been hurtful, it helps you grow in a way that only pain sometimes can. Like, you don't learn a lesson sometimes if you don't feel a little bit of pain or resistance. And also, it's like, if you really didn't care about something, you wouldn't feel some sort of heartache or some sort of emotional, response if you didn't care. So, that's just all I'm saying, because again, I know I'm not having it the hardest, but I do also understand that I need to be there for myself and be understanding with myself that, hey, if you want to do something sometimes, just do it. Who cares? If somebody's going to hate me, they were going to hate me before I did it. If they're not going to be receptive, that's fine. That's completely cool. As long as we can let bygones be bygones, at the end of the day, I'm cool now. So that's basically going to be it, I think. I've yapped your guys' ears off for almost 25 minutes. I don't really think we need to extend it very longer. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys were able to join. I may do timestamps for this one. I probably won't. I'm going to be honest, I probably won't do timestamps. Those who already watch the content and listen to me ramble for long periods of time already probably know everything I was going to say anyways. But I guess the last thing going forward is I hope you guys look forward to seeing me again. And I hope that if I disappear, that you guys let me know are asking me what's going on, because like I said, I do look at least, and I did know that for at least for a while there, it was just inconsistent, and I'm hoping to change that, because like I said, I'm trying to make my 27th year of living actually just doing all the things that I've realized through my 26th year of living that I should have been doing for probably 27 years now. No, 7 years now. Let's not be too harsh on ourselves. But at least 7 years now, I've been holding back because I told myself I should. But now I'm changing that philosophy and saying, screw it. Actually, let me go ahead and change. Sorry for all the people who are watching with their kids or are watching with their parents. Fuck it. We're doing it live. And I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Okay, I know that was a little bit hammy, but I'm just saying, bro, like, I'm an adult. It's okay. And listen, you guys probably heard worse, okay? And listen, I don't get super flowery with my language, but sometimes I might, okay? That's just the reality of the situation. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to this another Unspoken Hyimm podcast. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, weekend, whenever you're watching this, whether in the future or the past. Know that I rather, even if you can't see me or physically be in my space, just know that I'm rooting for you no matter what you're going through or whatever you're trying to get done and completed in your life. Just know that we're standing here beside you and other people are too. And I hope you lovely chows have a wonderful one. So ciao until the next video, and I'll catch you chows later. So ciao until then.